Boom, Ever Onward Tribe. I was on a hunt this fall, and it was up in Wyoming. Good buddy of mine and I went up on this hunt, and we're driving up to northeast Wyoming. And it's a decent drive from where I live, so we've been on the road a bit, and we pull over at a gas station, and anybody that's ever been on a road trip with a buddy or a couple buddies knows that, one person fills up the gas, the other person goes in and, hits the head, grabs something to drink, you swap back out, and you carry on along your way. Let's call this, a Sunday drive, right? So we're going to get in Sunday. We'll hunt Monday through Friday and probably be driving back down on Friday or Saturday. So my buddy goes into the gas station. I'm filling up my pickup, my truck, and there's a guy on the other side filling up his truck. And for whatever reason, we were at an angle to where we could see each other. And I don't know what it was, but looking at him, he looked like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. He just looked heavy. And he kind of looked at me. I said, "How you doing, buddy?" And he's like, "I'm doing pretty good." And I was like, "Is that true?" And it kind of took him back. And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. You just feel like it feels like there's something on your chest or your heart," which I don't know what possessed me to say that, but it proved to be the case. He actually got sort of introspective. Then I felt bad because I'm putting this guy I don't know on the spot. And he's like, "No, man." He's like, "I actually appreciate you saying it. It's not good right now." And I was like, "What do you got?" He said, well, I work in the gas oil industry that's constantly in flux in Wyoming. So sometimes it's boom, sometimes it's bust. We're in a rough window right now, and I just got laid off. We moved up to this area. I just got laid off from my job, which is, needless to say, pretty tough. I'm the breadwinner. Worse than that, my daughter, who has pretty severe special needs, was on a list to get into a school that has these incredible services for what she needs. They can only take, 20 people. She was like 19, 20. Somebody else got approved. She's basically the first person out, and she's not going to get those services. It's putting a real strain on my marriage. It's just rough right now. It's like making me feel bad telling the story, but I was like, "Man, that is rugged. That is rugged." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll figure it out." I was like, "I know you will." I said, "To be honest, I believe in you." And he looked at me like I was a crazy person. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I don't know. I believe in you. You look like you're going to figure it out. And, I wish you the best." And he said, "I appreciate that, man." I was like, "You want a hug?" And he kind of had this weird grin on his face. But, team guys are physical. SEALs are emotional and physical and grab each other and wrestle. And sometimes there's nothing like a bro hug. So I was like, "You want a hug?" He's like, "Sure." So I give him a big bear hug. So these two guys are out at a gas station to know each other, giving a hug. It was sort of a different moment. But he takes off. I head into the gas station. I can see my buddy walking out being like, "What was that all about?" And I was like, "I'll tell you later." We go on for the hunt. So that's on a Sunday night. On Friday, we're leaving the hunt and we're coming down. We stop at the exact same gas station. My buddy goes to fill up the truck. I head into the bathroom, and I kid you not, as I'm walking down the hall of the bathroom, out comes this guy into the hallway. And he sees me, I see him, immediate recognition. He's got a smile on the face like I cannot believe. He's like, "What is going on right now?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "How are we seeing each other again?" I was like, "Hey, it's meant to be, man. I'm actually leaving this hunt and kind of heading south." I said, "How things going?" He's like, "You would not believe what has transpired this week." I was like, "What do you got?" He said, "I got home the night you and I talked here at the gas station. I kind of told my bride about the conversation. It made for an emotional night. It was just like, hey, we are going to be okay. We're going to figure out a way to grind through this and we'll make whatever work. God has a plan, and we're going to follow that." He said the next day, on that Monday, one of his former foremen from one of the gas oil, fields he worked on called him and said, "Hey, out of nowhere, we're opening up a new location. We do not have enough people to kind of source it right now. Not only do I need you on the job, you are the person that was kind of next in line to bump up to a leadership role. I need you in that role, and I need you tomorrow." So by Tuesday, he's back at work in a higher position of authority with better pay, and he's back to, a stable work situation. Awesome. He said, "Nope, it gets better." On Wednesday, the school called and said one of the kids that was in this special needs program just got transferred out east. There's one spot available. Your daughter's in there. And it was just like, man, what is better than that? So it reminded me, kind of thinking about it. And so, of course, we did another hug. He asked me, he's like, we do another hug? I'm like, you bet, give him a big hug. And we were on it. It made me really think of this great line from Tecumseh, who's got a poem that I'll read in its entirety at some point so you can enjoy it. But he's a Shawnee Native American that fought in the War of 1812 and before that, and is just an amazing thinker and writer and basically philosopher. But a section of this poem that I love is, always give a word or sign of salute to when meeting a friend or a stranger, particularly when in a lonely place. And I think we'd be better for it. I don't know why it possessed me to say something to that guy or to ask him if he was okay. But imagine if we did more of that as a people, if we actually gave a sign or salute to a stranger in a lonely place. Give that out. You're going to get it back in spades. Ever onward.